This is the Charles Cook Podcast, where lovers of liberty and individual rights in Tennessee go to get information, focusing on state and local issues from Bristol to Memphis, discussing the important issues with facts, truths, and opinions based on constitutional principles. Remember, we stimulate, but never indoctrinate your mind. Welcome to the Charles Cook Podcast.
Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1 says, "To everything there is a season." And this is true even in politics. In politics, there is a legislative season, and then there is an election season. And many times, all the time, politicians or political groups may even try to separate the two. But we, as voters, should never, ever, whatsoever, allow them to separate from each other. They should always be linked together. Okay? So, as I said, it's two seasons in politics. It's the legislative season and the election season. So, it's where we linking the voters' behavior to the legislators' behavior. So, the legislators' behavior was this way, so the voters' behavior should be this way. I look at it as when the legislative season is going on and when things are going bad, which is usually always when they're in session for us, the people, I think of it as many of you may know, that look that you got when you was a kid, your mom and dad looked at you and said, "You wait until I get you home." Well, right now is our time to be looking at these legislators and saying, as your parents would, "Wait until I get you home," because you know it's coming. And that should be their fear right now, what's in the legislature. What they're doing right now while the legislative season is going on and they're there making votes and doing the things that they should do, they should be thinking, "Oh Lord, what's going to happen in the election season?" If we as voters cannot make them feel that way, we're never going to get anywhere. Nothing will ever change. As my mentors taught me very well, unless you are politically feared, you will never be politically respected. And that is absolutely the truth. So what happens in the legislative season? The session starts, we try to get them to run our bill. Leadership told me that I can't run this bill. This is bad bill. I can't do this. Leadership says if I want to keep my seat on the committee, I can't do this. All these stuff we get, they vote against us on our bills. We've got a good bill and it goes to committee and the people we're counting on that we thought they were on our side. They told us, "We feel your pain," but when they get to the committee, they vote against us. We have to remember that. See, they want us to forget about all that later. They kill our good bills. Go in, do a roll call vote, committee chair. The nays have it. Bill fails. Or they water down our good bill. would take a good bill, file it, and then they add so many amendments on it, it's useless. I've dealt with that with civil asset forfeiture. And then for the next several years, you can't get anything done because all you hear is, oh, I thought we fixed that last year. I thought we fixed that 2 years ago. No, it watered it down. It's useless. They support bad bills. You know, lots going on here now with these school voucher bills. We're seeing, a lot of people have concerns about it turning private schools into public schools, watering down the ability on, parents and homeschooling and stuff, kind of opening up more of that to the government. They sold out to the grassroots, to the leadership. The grassroots was counting on someone, and then they sold the grassroots movement out to leadership, throwed us under the bus, killed our bill, watered our bills down, lied to us. Sound familiar? They worked against us the whole legislative season. No matter what we tried to do, you have these establishment Republicans doing everything they can to work against the grassroots. Now, legislative season is over, the session's done, and they go back to their districts, and now they're campaigning to run for re-election. Forget about the legislative season. That's behind us. No, that's behind us. That's where I said there's 2 seasons of politics. It's the election season. And that's where we get to have our fun. Paybacks, as they say, causing pain, political pain, to these people who killed our bills, who watered our bills down, who worked against us the whole legislative season. They turned against the grassroots organizations and worked against them and spread lies against the folks in the grassroots. This is where we have our say. It's our turn now. There's a political price to be paid for what took place in the legislative season. Now they want our votes. They want us to believe that they're the good guys now. Oh, you've got to vote for me. If you vote for that grassroots candidate over there, the one that's challenging me, oh, the Democrats will beat him. They'll beat him. I'm the only one that can win. Nope. Good people are not required to vote for bad candidates. Fact. This is where we pay back. That's why they try to separate the legislative season and the election season. They are always, forever be connected. Okay? Now we cause them political pain for the way they acted in the legislative season. They must worry every day of the election season about what they've done. These guys are coming after me. They're going to show up. If I go to a fundraiser, if I go to a Lincoln Day dinner, if I go show up to speak here, there's going to be people there that's going to ask me about my question. John, Representative, Senator, why did you vote this way on this bill? You told us you was going to vote this way, but you voted that way. I don't care what the leadership said. This is what you told us. You voted against your constituents. They need to be having restless nights, tossing in their bed about what they've done. This is, as I said, it's our turn in the election season. This is where we get our opportunity to work against them. And I don't care if they're, a good Republican. They voted against us. It doesn't matter how good a guy they are, how good a lady they are, what church they go to, what organization they're part of. The only thing that matters about these people are how they vote. If they vote against us, they are against us. Plain and simple. I don't care if they're Bob's cousin, your wife's in-laws, or whatever. If they voted against us, that's all that matters. It's what people don't understand. The only thing that matters about these people, they may be a jerk, but if they vote right, that's all that matters. They may be the sweetest little thing. Oh, Mary's been down there forever. She is so sweet. How does she vote? Well, she votes against us every time. Well, then she's not our friend. She's an enemy to the liberty conservative movement. Plain and simple. It's all that matters. We must let the voters know what they did during the legislative season to take away their liberties. Whether it be gun rights, red flag laws, school voucher bills, whatever. The season must always be linked together. Okay? So I know a lot of people are upset with what's going on right now in the legislative season right now, but you got to stop and think. Okay, we know what they're doing. We know that they've killed this bill. They voted against this bill. We should be making notes of everyone that voted against the bills that we were pushing. And looking forward to when this session is over, to finding out, hopefully there's primary challengers against these people. And then you should be working to get these people out of office. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you don't support the primary opponent. You should be letting the people know what this person did, how they voted against them during the legislative season to undermine what they were wanting to do. The people have a right to know. And it's our job to inform them. The legislative season and the election season should always be linked together. So be prepared for this. You know, it's I look at this like deer hunting. You know, you've got deer season usually opens up sometime in September and maybe runs to January, whether it be bow season, muzzleloader season, gun season, whatever. But there's times throughout the spring and summer when you watch, you're preparing for this. You just don't jump into deer season. You set up trail cameras, whatever, you scout, you pay attention to what these deer do. And then when you're ready for the hunting season comes in, then you go hunting. You have a better opportunity of bagging a deer, whether it be a small buck or a trophy buck. All depends, how you've scouted and what you're looking for. But politicians are like deer. You can do all this. You can drive by all summer long and, in spring and everything and see these deer all setting out, all standing in the field and everything. You see them everywhere. And then when deer season opens up, you don't see them no more. Just that little bit of movement spooks them. Politicians are the same way. You see them all the time. But then that little bit of movement during that time when you get to pay back, they get spooked. And then they start choosing and selecting only certain places they want to go. They don't want to go where they feel the pressure. Keep that in mind. We're having, as always, we always have a difficult legislative season. But election season's coming. So keep your head up. Stay focused. Don't get beat down. Let this charge your batteries and get ready. Prepare yourself. Election season starts. It's going on right now. We just don't realize it. But once that legislative season ends and they end for the year and they go back to their districts, and now they're there getting ready to start knocking on doors and running, sending those political mailers out and asking you for their vote, and they're endorsed by the NRA. They're taking pictures of their shotgun and how they support the Second Amendment and all this and that. That season's coming. This is our time. So keep your head up and know it's our time to cause them pain, political pain, and let them remember, if they get reelected next year, they're going to get some more. Unless we start costing these people their seat. There's one thing I want to add here. They always fear of losing their seat on a committee, because they fear what leadership will do to them, what the speaker will do, and everything. We need to make them say, you can't have that seat if you're not there. We control whether you go there in the first place. So you work for us. Make them fear and respect us. Unless you're politically feared, you will not be politically respected. And with that, I'll end this. Keep your head up. There's a better day coming. God bless you. We'll see you on the next podcast.